everyone, and welcome. I'm really excited again to be here with you on the Divi Feature Update Live. Today, we're going to be talking about the big Divi icon update. I'm super excited to show you this latest feature. But before we get started, please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. We are live streaming both on Facebook and also on YouTube, on our YouTube channels and Facebook channel. So please let me know in the comments below if you can hear me loud and clear. I can already see that quite a lot of you have already signed up for the live show, which is fantastic. Let's have a look here. So Facebook seems like everything is running okay. Just waiting for confirmation before we get started. Guy Woodford says the intro music is very excited. Is this like a wrestling match or Divi update? Okay, cool. Anyway, welcome to the show. Please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear before we get started. Right, let's have a look here on, right, we have Florian, Don just joining us. Good to see you. Florian says, how you doing today? I'm doing great. I'm super excited. You know, every time there's a Divi update, man, my energy levels just go up. So I'm super excited. Thank you for asking. Box Office Africa says, hello, Mac. I'm excited already. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm excited too and can't wait to get started. So today we are talking about the Divi feature update, which is the big icon update. So, I mean, for a while, you know, we had our standard icons, but now we've extended that to add hundreds of icons, which are really, really easy to use. And the interface has also changed. We now have an expand mode where you can see all your icons in a much bigger screen. In fact, I will be doing a demo in a moment. We also have the ability to search for our icons, which again is, which makes the design process much easier, because from before, we just had to scroll through and really locate that icon. And sometimes if you're working fast, you can't really locate it. But now we've added a search feature. And not only that, we also have a social media follow, which is an extra bunch of icons for our social media. So we can pretty much connect our websites to any of our social media profiles. Okay, so let's get started. Let's work on our update today and go through it. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you're running the latest version of Divi. And to check that, you need to come over here to your dashboard and click on updates. This will refresh and show you what version you're running. And if there's anything outstanding here, you can see it over here. So in my case, all my themes are up to date. Now to view all our icons, let's create a new page. So I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to close this and then let's just call this icons. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to click build from scratch. But of course, you can see all your icons in pretty much any view. Okay, so let's take a look at the interface first. So I'm going to come in here and add, say, these two columns. And in this column here, I'm going to add a blurb. So we can see our icons first inside a module. Because these icons, they are set up in different ways. It also has its own module. So over here, if you're using blurbs, normally would come over here to image an icon, and then we can select our icon. So here you can see this is our normal icons, our normal Divi icons, right? But now things have changed. If I come over here to filter, you start now to see these solid icons, line icons, Divi icons, and then font awesome. And this is really awesome, by the way. I'm really excited about this. We have so many icons to use now. So if I come over here to solid icons, this interface now filters all our icons to just the solid ones. If I go into the line icons, again, this will just show the line icons, which is pretty cool. And these also include the font awesome ones. Okay. And then, of course, if you just want to see the font awesome ones, you can just come over here. And then when you scroll here, these are all your font awesome. So let's say I choose, say, for example, this stripe here. Now we can also customize these similar to how we used to do it before. So let's say I click on this paintbrush tool. It's going to take us to our icon color here. So let's say I choose my color. I can also come over here and play around with my width. So you can see we have full control over here. We can even set it over here to the left, you know, centered. We can set it to the right. and so on. So our icon placements and our customization here is pretty flexible. Okay, so now let's go back over here and take a look at our icon. So another view which is really exciting here is this expand view. So when I expand here, we get to see all our icons. So now we can even search for our icons. So let's say you search for Facebook. So it will show you all your faces here and also Facebook. So now we can easily filter through these and, select the one you want, click on the check mark, and boom, we have our icon over there. So this is a very, very easy way to go in and use our icon. So let's say I save that. Now let's move on over here and I'll show you the second way we can use our icon. So remember, I mentioned that we can use our icons as a module. So if I search for icon, now we have a dedicated icon module. And we can come over here, we can filter this, go to font awesome, and maybe I want to add, let's have a look here. In fact, you know what could be easier? It's just to search for it. Anyway, I'm just going to use this icon here. When it comes to the interface itself, if I come over here to design, I can also go into icon here and change the color. So just like that, I can change my colors for my icon. I can also play around with the size. And I also want to show you something really cool. If I were to come over here to content and I go to the background, I can actually add a background to this. Can you see that? And now when I go over here, I can go to spacing and give this a bit of spacing. So let's say 20 pixels. Okay, I'm going to give this 20 pixels all around. And I can also give this a border if I wanted to. So let's give this a border and let's make it black. So you can start to see now how our icons have given us a lot more flexibility to design this, pretty much the way we want. So I can also add some rounded corners here if I needed to. There we go. So there's my rounded corners. If I need this in a circle, I can just increase this. And now I have a circle. Now just look at that. We can have these designs in pretty much so many different ways. And this is the power of using this new icon module. Now, these icons can also be found in any module that has icons. So it is pretty powerful. Okay, so I want to talk about something else here, and that is, okay, now that we have all these icons, how does that affect our speed on our website? And the answer to that is it doesn't affect your speed because all these icons will not be loaded on your page. Only the icons that are being used will be loaded. So this doesn't have any bad effect on the speed of your website. Now, let me show you something else that was added on here. So if I go to social media follow, we have also added a ton of icons. Now, before we didn't have quite a lot here. If I click on this plus button now, and click on the drop down, you're going to notice that we have a lot more that have been added. We have Patreon, we have Skype, Snapchat, Spotify. I mean, the list goes on. So you can see now that a lot has been added. We even have WhatsApp. So all you have to do now is to just go in and add all your social media icons and link them to your profiles. So now we have greater flexibility and we can now design our site with all the icons that we need, all our social media icons without even affecting the speed of our website. So this is pretty cool. I know it's a quick update, but yeah, I thought I'd just show you quickly how this is all. So as you can see, this update is super straightforward. It's very simple, but the most important thing is just make sure that you go in and check if you're running the latest version of Divi. Now, for those of you who are joining us, this is the Divi feature update live. Today, we're talking about the big Divi icon update. So this is a fantastic update because it expands our design capabilities by using icons in all our designs. So everywhere where there's icons in our modules, the icons are going to be there. And also, as I've just demonstrated, we have an expand mode. It makes it easier for us to look for our icons, and we can also design them and expand them. So any questions so far, please let me know in the comments box. We are live streaming both on Facebook and also on YouTube. So I'm just going to take a look here and see if there's any comments. Okay, so Kaya says, when will you update the project section? Which project section are you referring to, Kaya? Please expand on that. Okay, so okay, there's also something I need to show you here with this update. Oh, finally did it. Yes, I know it's been in the works for a while, but I mean, the most important thing is we have it now, and we have extra tools to design our websites with. So that's really cool. Any questions so far regarding this? So there is something I forgot to show you, which I need to show you quickly. And let's head over here to our main screen. Okay, here we go. So what we can also do is, let me just save this. Right, so what we can also do is we can look for all the areas that, oh, what's happening with my site now? You know, right now my computer is sounding like a massive fan going on there. I think this stream is like taking a lot of resources. But anyway, let me show you something quickly. So here I'm going to add a button module, so I can just show you where else we can find all our icons. So here we have our button, right? So if I come over here to design, and we go into use custom styles for button, right? So if you scroll down here, you're going to notice that we had this interface here where we can add our icons. So this is where we can also add our new icons. So these are normal Divi ones, but now when I go to filter, I can also choose font awesome. Okay, then we can use these. Okay, so this can also now be used on a button. So let's say we want to search for a credit card. Oops. Okay, here we go. So let's say your button here needs to be, let's say, a payment button. So we can add a credit card like that. And we also want to show this icon. So you can see now the icon has been added there with that name Visa. Okay, so we can also decide where we want this. So we can place it to the left or the right. So what I'm going to do next is to just give this enough space around it. So I'm going to give it some padding left and right. So let's go with 20. I'm just doing it. Oops, I've chosen the wrong one. Let's go back. It's supposed to be in the button here. So we want to give this some spacing so that it's easier for us to design our button the right way. So let's go in and let's fix our text in our button here. So I'm going to reduce that a little bit. And we're also going to change the font. So I'm going to come over here. You know what I'm going to use? It's Poppins. There we go. So I've added my font. So we have our icon in there. So there are several ways, you know, we can do this. We can also add our hover, but as you can see here, we've added that Visa icon, and we can now also say pay now. So let's change our text here to pay now. How about that? Okay. And that goes along now with that Visa icon, which is fantastic. So we can also add another one, which will have maybe perhaps PayPal or Stripe. So this is how you can expand your design and really make it like more customizable. Okay, so we can also add our padding here around the button. And if we need to go in and also add other icons, like I said, we can go in and add all our icons. But that's the quickest way you can go in and customize our button further using just the button module. All right, so let me check now if we have any questions. Right, can we import third-party icons, for example, from, right. So with flat icons, the way I would use them is we download the icon itself and use it as an image. That way, that's the only way I do it. But let me get back to you on that one. I'm not really sure if you can import icons. I'll need to find that and respond in the comments box. But normally how I use them is I download the icon from flat icons and then add it as an image. Okay. Let's have a look here. Right, Box Office Africa says this icon update is so exciting. Just one more update, please. We need to add the add to cart added to the Woocommerce module, please. Yes, the add to cart. In fact, before I talked about the add to cart, we are going to have an update for Woocommerce coming soon. So keep an eye on that. I will be talking about it here on the show. So we are going to have a lot of updates coming up, which are going to cover quite a lot, including things like Woocommerce. But when it comes to the add to cart, I'm pretty sure we have an add to cart. Let me just check if I have Woocommerce installed here, so I can add it and show you. There should be an add to cart. Right. So just bear with me while I open up a site of mine here, which has Woocommerce running, because I am pretty sure we have an add to cart option. Okay, so I'm just going to log into my site here. So let me just switch over so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so let's log in and let's take a look here at this add to cart. I'm pretty sure we already have that. Remind me later. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I have Woocommerce installed here, as you can see. So let's go to any page. I'm going to go to all pages here. I think I have, I'll just choose any page. Let's go and edit this with Divi. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this as a module. Let's just add it over here. Click here on this plus button and let's search for add to cart. Here it is, Woo add to cart. So we already have this. I knew we had it somewhere. There we go. So there's our add to cart. So you can also fully customize this by going over here into the design. And in fact, let's go to spacing first and add our top margin because it's too close to that button. There we go. So we can actually go in here and customize this. And like I said before, now we have an add to cart button here. We can also add an icon to go with that. So let's say I need a PayPal icon. So let's search for PayPal. And do we have PayPal? Yes, here we go. So here's our PayPal icon. So you can see here when I hover over it, it's showing my little PayPal icon there. And yeah, so that's our add to cart. You click on that. All your products are added to the cart and pretty much, it's good unless I'm missing something. Let's go back here to our comments. There's an add to cart, but not on the default. I'm not sure what you mean by on the default, because I would highly recommend that if you're going to be designing your Woocommerce products page, you need to use a template, because that way you have greater flexibility of laying out things the way you want. Normally, I wouldn't use Woocommerce on the default because it's very limited to how you can design that page. So what I would highly recommend is you go into your templates and create a product page template. So that template will have all your buttons, your images, your descriptions with your colors and everything that you need on that. So that is how I use the add to cart feature. Okay, let's have a look here. Tad says, could we have a speed increase to the theme? It is too slow these days, even with caching plugins. Tad's Gaming, we have one of the fastest page builders out there. In fact, very close to Gutenberg. And we did make a massive update in regards to our speed. I will add a link in the video description below so you can check it out. So there's also optimization tips there as well, because the theme is fast, but there's also other things that you need to do to make sure that your theme is highly optimal. For example, let's say you're running a website which has large images. It doesn't matter how fast the theme is, your website is going to be slow. So that's just one thing. But the articles go into detail on how you can really optimize it. But the theme itself, Divi out of the box, is super fast without a doubt. I mean, tests have been done. There's quite a lot of videos where people are comparing it. In fact, right now, as we speak, it's way faster than Breezy, Elementor, and so on. It is at par, really, with Gutenberg. So the theme is really, really fast. The bloat has been taken away. It was a major update for Divi. Okay. Yeah, the other thing as well that makes your page load slower is if you use scripts. So on my website, I run Divi on my main website. But the thing is, I have scripts which are embedded in the header and the footer JavaScript scripts. So these, as the page is loading up, so really slow down the whole website. So that's another area that I know for a fact. So it's a balance between, do I need those scripts to work or do I need the speed? So you just have to decide that. But there's quite a few factors that can make your page load slow. But mostly it's going to be your scripts, your images, and how you've optimized that website itself. Tad's Gaming, what hosting company are you using? Because we also have recommended hosting, like for example, we have Pressable and SiteGround. They are highly optimized to work with Divi. So I'm curious to know which hosting company it is. So 20i, never heard of this. All right, I've never heard of this hosting company, to be honest. So I can't really say much about it. But you may need to do a bit of research and find out what is happening there. Salek saying, what about dynamic contents? Yes, we do have dynamic contents in Divi, but you know what? This is ending up like a Q&A, but really let's leave some of these questions here for another live show, because when people come back to watch this, I don't want them to be, pretty much all over the place with the content that we are releasing for this episode. So what I'll do is, if you have any questions regarding all this, please leave them in the comments box so we can respond to them, because this live stream now, I'm just afraid that it's going to end up as a massive, general Q&A. But really, this is a Divi feature update for the Divi icon update. So I really want to stay on topic on that one. But like I said, please, if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments box and we'll do our best to respond to those. So please go ahead, update Divi, start using all these icons for your designs. And I'm pretty sure you'll be excited with this, because it's expanding our design capabilities and it's going to make our websites look awesome. I'm just going to take a quick look one more time here on Facebook and see if there's any questions. Right. Schmidt says, I use 20i and they are amazing. Is your website fast as well, or are you finding any problems? Schmidt, sorry. Are you finding any problems with the speed? Right. Schmidt also says, do you think the mobile menu will get an update? I know that I can build them in the theme builder, but it would be nice to be able to customize natively. Right. I'm not sure when the updates are going to be done or if there are going to be any updates for the mobile menu. So I wish I had an answer for that. But one thing that I know is we are doing a lot of updates to the Divi theme to expand it and make it super exciting to use as we design our websites. So just a quick response here. Schmidt says 20i, the hosting company in question here, Blazing, no problems. They have built in CDN. So I think it's something that you need to do with your optimizations. Schmidt, thank you so much for your feedback. I'm sure that was it okay, Tad's Gaming. Yes, Tad's Gaming. So Schmidt is saying it is blazing fast, it's super fast. So please just check your settings, optimization settings. That should be, I think, where the issue is. Okay. Awesome. So I think we've covered all the questions. If I haven't responded to any of these questions, please add your questions in the comments box below and we'll do our best to respond to them. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you being here on this show with me. So looking forward to another one. Take care and I will see you in the next one. Take care.